chosen to speak about this because the package protects the food against physical, chemical, biological. Do you know what is food packaging? Food packaging is of high damage social value because it conserves and protects food, makes food transportable, and convey information to consumers. We are well aware of the damaging environmental impact of food packaging, but are there also health risks involved? After all those materials used in storing and packaging are in direct conflict to the food and we eat. In 2014, the Journal of Epidemiology and Community Health published a paper that suggests synthetic chemicals used in food packaging can have adverse effect on our health. And even though the exposure to this chemical is low, the authors rule that is chronic and thus possibly harmful in the long run. So let's find out why all these rap and cartoons might be dangerous than it seems at first. Food contact material. Food contact material or FCMs for short are all material usually synthetic that come into direct contact with the food cartoon, for instance, which are mostly made of rubber, plastic, paper and metal. According to experts, these are three reasons why chronic exposure to chemical in this material is ground for concern. First, they exposed to the toxicant. The first reason is concern is that some of the known toxicants, such as formaldehyde, a cancer-causing substance that are legally used in the production of SEMs. Do you know what is formaldehyde? Okay, let me explain. Formaldehyde is widely present at low levels in plastic bottles used for fizzy drinks, melamine, tableware. Plastic bottles, for example, used for carbonated drinks, usually contain formaldehyde. Secondly, exposure endocrine disruption. Another danger is that FCMs contain endocrine disruptors, which are hormonally active agents that can interfere with the hormonal system. Some of the endocrine disruptors present is the FCS are rebooting, bisphenol A, beta-plus and ticosolution. Long-term exposure to this chemical can cause a variety of development disorders. Thirdly, intentional use of chemical substance. And the final reason for the concern is number of the known chemical used intentionally is FCMs, which exist 4,000. What is more potential cellular mutation caused by FCMs are not considered during routine toxicity analysis, which is why even the chemical regulatory procedure might be inadequate. Furthermore, potential cellular change caused by FCMs and in particular those with the capacity to disrupt hormones and not even the being considered in routine toxicology analysis, which promote the author to suggest that this cause serious double on the adequacy of the chemical regulatory procedure. Research done by J. Peterson establishing the connection, establishing a bond between chronic disease and long-term FCM exposure is quick challenging because finding a population and aspect to FCMs, the comparison of result is nearly impossible. Moreover, the would like to likely substantial differential in exposure level of the individual and specific population group. Thus, experts suggest that population-based assessment should be used along the biomaterial to uncover potential connection between chronic condition and FCMs. All in all, this is an issue that more and less pertain to whole world population. And since most food nowadays are packaged, the entire population is at risk of exposures to FCMs. And the conclusion is, we highlight the human population is exposed via food to chemical migrating from the food contact articles such as food packaging. Many of these chemicals are not sufficiently assessed for their impact on the human health, while others are known hazardous substances. At the same time, different stakeholders for solution to reduce packaging waste and end plastic pollution or to chemical safety into consideration. Reducing exposure to hazardous food contact chemical contribute to the prevention of associated diseases in human and including chemical safety consideration in the development of some sustaining packaging will lead to solutions that are beneficial to both human and environment health. Okay, let's go to the summary of this topic. The synthetic chemical used in the packaging, storage and processing of the foodstuff might be harmful to the human health over the long term. Environmental scientists. This is because most of these substances are not entangled into the foods we can eat. Despite the fact of some of these chemicals are regular, people who are packaged or processed food are likely to the chemical export to the low level of this substance throughout their lives. We go to the QA section.
Sure.
What is the opinion of this issue?
I think it's really harmful because food nowadays having chemical materials inside and it affect the packaging from the outside, and packaging is really important.
Okay. We move to second question.
Sure.
What does mean by FCCS and define it?
FCC is the food contact chemical. We define FCC as the chemical species present in food contact, regardless of whether they are intentionally added or present for other reasons.
Okay. Third question. Which chemical used in food packaging?
Many of these chemicals are hormone disruptors, such as SPA, which is found in the lining at cans, pyrophthalates in plastic food wrap that can leach into food and enter people's bodies.
Okay. That's all. Thank you for your attention and many thanks for your time. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Welcome.